though, you had released a freestyle that we had shared on, for our Freestyle Fridays on Instagram via Black Fox News when news had came out that JayZ was doing an NFL partnership. So,
Yeah, definitely. Also, too, before we even get into that, once we get off this Killer Cops um, segment, we have that single too, the Killer Cops. We got the remix out too, so definitely check for that on Spotify and
right,
iTunes, and we have a visual for that as well. And yeah, it did just recently drop the freestyle on that was Freebie, the JayZ and the Mill instrumental.
yeah,
Um,
shit was hard.
Definitely is, speaking my exposure of JayZ, which he was my favorite rapper since I was very young, up until recently. And it took me a while to actually come to the conclusion of what he really was about. I guess because really he kept it lyrical on wax, and whatever he was doing, he would keep that behind the scenes, and now he's choosing to be more vocal, even though it was ignorant on my part to not actually acknowledge the actual moves that he has been making. Like even prior to this, with the Barclays Center, even though he only owns a small percentage, um, that helped gentrify Brooklyn, and it didn't give back to the community at all. And
Right,
it looks like that's the kind of thing that he's looking to do. And then recently, he just put out a video, and he's pretty much, an interview was released, and he's pretty much blaming police brutality on our black communities having single parent homes, and it's like, how ignorant is that? So he must be another one that's working, with the oppressors and not against the oppressors, because we're not here to, even if we were to be discussing the ills of our community, such as single parent homes, and that would still lead back to a system of white supremacy, because the reason why we have so many single parent homes is stemming from oppression, and that can go through many different avenues. So if you are going to be there to advocate for that, then you're supposed to lead that back to the very same oppressive system which he failed to do. Now, the topic was racism in the police department, and whether there's a single parent home or both parent homes, the fact of the matter is that there are unarmed black people and children being murdered by the police. Meanwhile, there are armed white people and children and adults that are being arrested and taken in alive
right.
after they've murdered many people who did a mass shooting, and they're actually armed. So that's where we're stuck on with racism in the police department, and he pretty much chalks that up to just single parent homes is the reason why young black youth, um, want to curse at the police or what have you.
Yeah,
It's like,
that's odd.
Kaepernick started this protest by kneeling. So how did you insert yourself into the conversation and then turn the conversation into a business deal and turn it into something else that we weren't even talking about?
Yeah, I found that to be very interesting in that he had the press conference and was basically saying that we were past kneeling and I did my due diligence. I watched the full press conference and it seemed like one of the few or one of the loudest voices I think that was there for Kaepernick was Charlemagne the God. For those who don't know, that's a radio personality for Power 105.1 in New York City, where he was, you know, essentially in more ways than one saying like yo, what about Cat, essentially, and that these things prompted JayZ to say like that this was bigger than Colin Kaepernick, which I felt was either showed a reflection
Bigger than
of
that,
his
then
misunderstanding
he
or
should
it
have
showed
started
a
his own. Yeah, he should have started his own conversation. Don't just piggyback on somebody's protest and then say it's bigger than them. Who are you to say that? How about you start something off and somebody take it and say it's bigger than you.
Right. You're right. I felt like it was a little disingenuous, and I felt like it was it was it just doesn't seem right, and it seemed like it was being done for the wrong reasons. I mean,
he didn't even like it, and he's not doing this just as something to do socially. This is attached to his business and his money. So you're getting a check behind this. This is not something you're just doing socially. And as far as business is concerned, you don't like when people do that to you. You didn't like when Damon Dash just went and represented you at that jam as an artist, as if Rockefeller was bigger than you. You didn't allow that conversation to go that way. Him saying this is bigger than JayZ as an artist.
right.
So who are you to take a whole protest and say this is bigger than the person who started the protest?
Yeah, and
it doesn't even add up.
It confused a lot of people, and I think what added to the confusion too has been Colin Kaepernick's silence. But I do think there's still certain protocol, especially when you're an activist out here, and I just feel like somebody like that should know better, or should have consulted with people that are more.
His funding, saying, "Oh, he funded this, or he funded that." Celebrities give charity all the time. That's the tax write-off. You don't measure their social justice ability to fight social justice by what they're giving in charity. You measure that by the message and the actual actions that they're taking to fight against injustices that are taking place. And he doesn't meet with or work with any grassroots. He works with just non-for-profits that are, they're basically yes men and working with the police. And then he's criticizing people for like, okay, you commit the crime, you should go to jail. Meanwhile, you blatantly say these crimes that you committed, and you haven't gone to jail for any of them. So when did you become an advocate for people going to jail for committing a crime? Meanwhile, you haven't gone to jail for any of the crimes that you publicly advertise in your music and your messaging and your interviews.
Well, I don't want to lose too much context, because I did up until this move, even though I did have an issue with the whole Barclay situation, I did feel like he finessed the black people's support for that whole shit, and it did contribute to the gentrification of that. And I know that by my own Reverend Herbert D. Daughtry, who's very active in Brooklyn and in Jersey City. And he was actually in the documentary that was on World Star and all of that, expounding on that. But I also will have to say that I was all for him producing that project that showed that put the light on Rikers Island and the Khalif Browder situation, which is contributing to the closing of Rikers Island. I did feel like that was a big move. I did feel like there was
the thing with that is that he did a documentary on that, but there were people that were once again, there's grassroots work that is actually done that open up these conversations and apply pressure. People like JayZ come in and they stand in the spotlight of that after the groundwork has already been done. Now, if there's no groundwork being done, these people don't come out here and do the groundwork. No, they wait for people to do the groundwork, and then they come on top of that and take over the conversation as if they have been doing the work all along. And then when they do these documentaries, they don't include the people that actually did the grassroots work. Before he ever thought of doing this documentary, there were people that were relentless out there protesting at Rikers Island. And he come down to these protests and actually meet with these grassroots people? No. What did he do? He did the same thing that he did with Colin Kaepernick, and he piggybacked on someone else's protest and took the spotlight as if it was his own.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, I do not commend him for doing that move in that documentary for Police Power. Yes, it was a good and informative documentary, but those that have already been doing the work already knew that information, and it would have been more conducive if he would have connected on with those grassroots people and continued on the work instead of just dropping in, swooping in, and taking the spotlight. This is what he's been doing. So I don't salute that at all.
Yeah, y'all could definitely find that on that was free JayZ this freestyle on Instagram, and you got it up on YouTube? You got it up?
Yeah, it's on YouTube,
it's on
and
YouTube
it's on
too.
Facebook as well.
Okay, yeah, definitely check out for that.
It's actually become, it's weird because he's from our culture, but he's become a culture vulture.
Yeah, that's kind of what yeah, it was a little culture vulture. You know what? I don't want to put. I don't. I don't want to put that on him. I don't want to put that on him.
You don't personally have to put it on him, but I'm going to say what the truth of the matter is, and it's actual fact.
Okay.
And anybody who actually wants to digest the work of that will come back with the same answer. It's not about what we want it to be. It's about what it actually is.
So a culture vulture is somebody from outside of the culture who essentially.
What I said is weird because for this instance, he's actually from the culture, but he is a vulture within it.
Right.
Because you're preying on what other people are doing. This is just something. The Colin Kaepernick situation is something that we can highlight because it was something that we can visually all see. But if you dig into his work, he's already been doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have to agree with that. Even if you go back to how the whole Rockefeller situation came about, and even with how the whole Def Jam situation came about with him being the president over there, Barclays, the documentary.
If anybody wants to do their research on that documentary that he put out, when did the protest actually start to stop Rikers Island? Did JayZ participate in any of those protests? Were the protests prior to his document? Did he organize with the people that had these protests, these organizers? No. He did an Al Sharpton move. He just went straight to the family. And what happens is a lot of times, people from oppressed communities, they don't really have funding to push what they need to do. Like maybe it be lawyers or funerals, and people like him and Al Sharpton, they have the funding to get that done. So they'll go straight to the families and they work with them, and they offer things like that, and offer. I mean, who wouldn't want to have a documentary on a platform of this nature? But coming in and offering things like that is how they get to connect on with the family with skipping the grassroots portion of it. And the grassroots is always important if you want to actually get the job done. It's not about commercializing it.
Yeah, that's deep. That's deep. And we gonna end the we gonna wrap up this segment right there.